Good evening. For those of you that have just joined us, I'm Nicole Shahanian, the President and CEO at the Whittier Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. Welcome to the District 3 Candidates Forum, sponsored by our chamber. This forum gives you the opportunity to hear from both of the two candidates running for District 3. While the Whittier Chamber does not endorse any candidates, we do provide information to our members and the community so that they can make their own informed decisions during voting time. Tonight, we are pleased to hear from the candidates from District 3, including Kathy Warner and Monica Senna. Our moderator for this evening is Julia Emerson, Senior Public Affairs Manager for SoCal Gas. She's a member of our Whittier Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and is this year's chair of the Gateway Chambers Alliance. Assisting her with questions and timing is Rick Navarro, Whittier Chamber Member Relations Coordinator. And a big thanks to Ross Guile for filming this tonight. The footage, again, is going to be available on our website, www.whittierchamber.com, later this week. And again, thank you to the staff here at the Community Theater for helping us with the sound and logistics. I'd now like to bring up for the final time tonight, R.D. McDonald, the Chamber's Vice Chair of Business Information, who's going to share the rules for this session. Thank you.
So was the applause for the final time? Well, thank you so much for everyone to be staying on this late evening. It's the middle of the week, but we're down to the very end. And I promise you that this round of the forum will be 33% shorter than the last one. So again, and I feel like deja vu, questions for this evening's forum were crafted with contributions from members of both the Chamber and community stakeholders. This collaborative effort ensured a diverse range of perspectives from business and community leaders alike. Seating order of the candidates was determined earlier, and we will rotate speakers at the start of each question. And with just two, that should be pretty easy to figure out. The format for the District 3 forum will be as follows. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes for an opening statement. The district candidates will be asked 3 chamber-generated questions and will be given 2 minutes to answer each question. If time allows, District 3 candidates will be asked 2 audience-generated questions and will be given 1 minute each to answer each question. Each district candidate will then be given 1 minute for closing remarks. As the candidates are speaking, a yellow card will be held up at 30 seconds remaining, and a red card will be displayed when the time is up. We kindly ask all candidates to adhere to the time allotted and be respectful when it is someone else's turn. As a reminder to all, this is a forum where candidates have been invited to provide information to our residents and businesses. This is not a debate, and there will not be an opportunity for rebuttals. So candidates and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 2024 Candidates Forum. I now invite Julia to come up and begin the District 3 Forum.
Thank you, RD. We're very happy to do this tonight. Thank you very much. What we have here tonight are our 2 candidates for District 3 in beautiful Whittier, California. We will begin with opening statements. Each candidate will have an opportunity to speak for 2 minutes on the topic of their choice or topics. And we will begin with Kathy Warner, please.
Is this ready to go?
Test. Okay. So thank you to the Chamber for your invitation. When you extended the invitation to us, you asked us to respond to 3 questions during our opening statement. So I'm going to do that. The first was in regards to our credentials for being a candidate. My credentials as a candidate for re-election to the City Council include, but are not limited to, the following: years of experience having served on 3 local school boards as well as on the Whittier City Council, 3 times as your mayor. a Master of Leadership degree from the Price School of Public Policy at the University of Southern California, which included a heavy focus on public administration, a continuous assignment as an adjunct professor for a local university in their School of Business and Professional Studies, teaching master's students with my current course. I don't know if this is humorous or not, but my current course is Public Policy Analysis. As I'm reading the text, I'm taking a lot of notes in regards to the promenade. As council members, we all have assignments wherein we represent Whittier on regional boards. For over 5 years, I have served as chair of the board of the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts, which provides wastewater services, that's a nice way of saying sewage, to almost 6 of the 10 million residents of LA County. Serving in this capacity has provided opportunities to work closely with all 5 county supervisors, which has helped facilitate bringing financial resources to the city of Whittier, as well as new paramedic personnel to both LA County Fire Stations 59s in East Whittier and Stations 28s in Uptown Whittier. Why am I running? I continue to run to ensure that the public is safe, problems are solved, capital improvements are made, infrastructure is sound, local economic development occurs, and that Whittier is the best place to raise a family. Your third question was in regards to my interest in the business community, both as a local consumer and also as a small business owner of 2 small local businesses for over 40 years. It's imperative that we continue to support the chamber.
Thank you, Kathy Warner. And our next candidate for City Council District 3 is Monica Sena.
Monica Sena. I'm motivated by a couple of different things. First, ideologically, I do not believe that it's healthy for a candidate to run unopposed. Democracy depends on an exchange of different ideas. If you combine old ideas with new ideas, you end up with the best ideas. Also, I've been attending City Council for several years, emailing council members, and they've been very polite, very listening, but to no avail. As they say, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Also, would like to see improvements in communication. Monthly articles or quarterly articles and emails just don't do the job. Fortunately, with social media, I can have weekly communications, and other people too, with constituents, with other people from other parts of the city, and we can exchange ideas. If I'm going to be making decisions, I want to know what people are thinking, not just really assuming what I think they're thinking. Plus, additional commissions for the Whitwood, for the Uptown, for sustainability, those type of things. I'm very worried about the plans for the Uptown program. I'm worried about the plans for the Whitwood. I'm also wish to address things people don't want to talk about: rent stabilization, affordable housing, election date change, and term limits. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll start rotating the questions. So if you don't mind keeping the mic, we will ask the very first question of our District 3 candidates. What do you think are the 2 biggest issues that Whittier is facing?
The first serious issue has to do with safety. And it's a problem, first of all, with perception, that people believe things are unsafe when they really are safe. So that's a big problem. Plus, safety is a problem because everybody agrees that violent criminals should be in jail and prison. But what do you do with the nonviolent violators? The problem is there is nothing that can be done about them. It's, people say more police, more police. That's not the issue. The issue is, yeah, police can arrest, police can patrol, but once they apprehend somebody, two things have to happen. They have to have a court date to put them in a program, and then there has to be a program to put them in. So the Whittiers, right now the city depends on the county and the state to provide those things. And we've been waiting a long time, and we're continuing to wait. So maybe we need to get more creative in terms of how are we going to do things to subsidize rehab programs, to subsidize different types of things. So I think that that's a serious problem. The other problem that's very serious has to do with affordable housing. And that's certainly for businesses and certainly for residents as well. Businesses, I'm a landlord in Whittier. I raise the rent. We need to protect landlords, but we need to protect tenants as well. I raise the rent, but I don't triple it. I don't double it. I also don't evict people so I can bring in somebody else that's going to pay more rent. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, District 3 candidate, Kathy Warner.
Thank you. So two biggest issues. Number one, public safety / homelessness. The police department is fully funded. If you ask our chief, what do you need? He says, the council has provided financially everything that I need. The police chief has been authorized by the council to overhire. He does not have a limit on the number of officers that he can hire. The challenge, as has been heard tonight, is that there are just not enough qualified candidates to go through the process, but the chief is authorized to overhire. Along with public safety homelessness, we've faced the concern of those homeless that are still on the streets, as has been mentioned before, typically have mental illness problems and or addiction problems. So we have a nonprofit that goes out to try to interact with them. We still need additional strategies. Care Court, we need to see how that works out. In regards to the DA prosecuting, we know what the situation is there, and unless and until that changes, we're still going to have issues with public safety. Number two would be infrastructure, and that covers quite a few areas. Number one would be our water infrastructure. We have our own utility authority, and our infrastructure, our water infrastructure is over 30 years old, or over 100 years old, so we're in the process of replacing that infrastructure. We have a paving management plan where all streets are evaluated, and the ones that need the paving the most severe have that done to them. We have a sidewalk management plan where all the sidewalks are being evaluated and addressed one at a time in regards to the seriousness of the problem. We also have a tree trimming management plan. However, with all these plans in place, we can still do better.
Thank you. Our candidates have a lot to say, and now we'll go on to our next question from the Whittier Area Chamber of Commerce for our City Council candidates. What is one transformative project or initiative that you would like to see implemented or tried in Whittier? And we will start with Kathy Warner.
Well, this has never been done in the county before. I'm not sure if it's been done in the state of California or not, but your city of Whittier is going to build a new fire station for Los Angeles County firefighters. They have their financial problems, just like other entities. So Station 17's on Hadley. It is where the city yard is located. It's across the street from the old ice cream company. And that historic building only houses one unit. And especially with the new folks living in the Groves, West Whittier needs additional fire protection. As the daughter of, I used to say a fireman, now I need to say a firefighter. As the daughter of a firefighter who was the union president for Local 1014 for LA County Fire Department, I've had it drummed into me how important public safety, especially firefighting, is. So the City Council has determined to earmark $1 million. We're in the process of having schematic drawings done for a new station. It will be on the west side of town. LA County Fire has approved the location. This would be transformative. As I say, it has not been done before in this county. We would then have room for 2 vehicles in that new station, and we've already been promised by LA County Fire that we would have 2 additional paramedic personnel 24 hours a day, 3 shifts. And that's in addition to the new paramedic assessment engine that we have at Station 28 on Greenleaf, and the addition of a paramedic individual Station 59s in East Whittier. So I think dealing with public safety is transformative, particularly building our own fire station, I think would be transformative. Thank you.
Thank you. A transformative project or initiative that you would like to see implemented?
I would say that affordable housing would be transform the whole city. Affordable housing, like I said, does not mean $500,000 condos. It means looking at the problem in a different, more creative ways. Let's look at complexes that are all studio apartments. Let's reevaluate stairs. Are we building townhouses with 3 levels? That's wonderful, as long as you're under 50. What are we doing for families? Yeah, maybe we don't have yards for children, but if we're in a complex that has a lot of facilities for children to run and play and study and such, maybe that's the answer. So I think a transformative approach to housing would really make this city a better place. And that's also going to help businesses, because if people are spending half of their income on shelter, they're not going to have money to go to your restaurants. They're not going to have money to go to your shops. So what can we do as a put on our thinking caps and look at different things? What are different cities doing in terms of addressing this affordable housing issue? Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question for our District 3 candidates: if elected, how would you promote more civic engagement amongst residents of the city of Whittier? What can be done to better engage younger generations at the city level? Monica Sena.
Well, first of all, you want to have cooperation with the high schools and cooperation with the colleges to develop student leaders that can work with us side by side, hopefully get them involved in attractive careers, particularly the police department would be a good one. We also, tell me the question again.
If elected, how would you promote more civic engagement,
yes,
and especially with the younger folks?
Yes, and have more group activities, fun activities for students that can be both healthy and involving. Sometimes they're healthy, but nobody wants to go, but you want to make sure that they can be fun. Like we used to do the dances here at the center, and everybody had a good time, but well supervised, everyone was safe. Plus, we need to have peer reviews. What do kids want? What do, it's a very different generation. We also need to reach them via social media. I know that that's where they hang out, and that's what we need to learn to do, to have forums online with the kids. What are you thinking about? What do you want to do? What types of businesses would you go to? Those types of things. Thank you.
Thank you. And now Kathy Warner, please.
Thank you. So my website is entitled Warner Serving Whittier. One of my 2 Instagram sites is entitled Warner Serving Whittier, and I try to post periodically. They're tied together, thank goodness. So I try to post periodically for myself. I can do some videos. They're not perfect. I don't know how to put the titles on them, but I can do the videos and I can post the videos. And one of my 20-year-old employees at the office is teaching me how to tag people. So I think the key is for us to become more articulate in using social media. Not only for ourselves as council members, but also the city is becoming more involved in using social media. And I don't know if you've noticed lately or not, we have a PIO now, a public information officer in the administrative office of the city. We have a technology group that is constantly posting and doing more and more with technology. Can we do more? Of course, we can always do more. But I have seen these things change over time, and I think we're heading in the right direction. In regards to our young people, in addition to technology, we have, as has been mentioned, the Student Chamber, and they are very involved with our government. And then every spring, we rotate amongst our high schools, and we'll have one of the government classes come for an entire day, and they'll go through all the different departments. We also have mentorship programs with the colleges and with any student that is interested in doing an internship program. They can do that. As far as everyone being more engaged, when we had a whole lot of folks come to one of our meetings in January with concerns about the trees, I suggested before we had public comments that we take a pause and we have a study session, because it was obvious that there were a lot of folks that wanted to have a lot more discussion about the trees in Uptown.
Thank you. And now we'll take some audience questions. This one has a little background first for our District 3 City Council candidates. The City of Whittier's agreed to have the proposed Lambert Station as the final stop for the Metro project, the light rail. In addition to Measure M and Measure R funding, each city will need to contribute over $50 million to fund the project. Now here comes the question. How does Whittier intend to pay for this project? Okay. Kathy Warner first.
The City of Whittier has not yet determined how they will pay for that project. When the time is ready and the matter is brought before the City Council, staff will bring a recommendation. I don't know what that recommendation will be at this time, but they would bring a recommendation to the council. The council would then take input, the council would deliberate, and then make a decision. I don't mean to evade the question, but at this point in time, there are really too many unknowns to be able to give you a definitive answer.
Candidate Monica Sena.
I have no idea, but I would say an investment would be worthwhile. When I ride the Metro, I'll tell you who's on it. I know it has a terrible, terrible reputation, but I'll tell you who's on it. It's working class people. And that is a tremendous problem for us in Whittier, to have quality employees. And having transportation come into the city will be worth $50 million, however we find it. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, if you'll keep that microphone. Candidate Monica Sena, what are your plans to increase affordable housing in the city of Whittier?
Let's put our thinking caps on and get creative. Start to really correctly outline the parameters of affordable housing. Affordable housing, like I said, is not a $500,000 condo. Affordable housing is something that's in the guidelines of 30% of somebody's salary. That's what people should be spending on their housing. So let's look at complexes that are just studio apartments. Let's look at retirement homes where people share facilities. Let's look at things like that. Let's look at other cities. What are they doing? I know there's some very successful projects there. I was in Pasadena. They have a lot of good things as well. So let's look at other cities. What are they doing?
Thank you. And now our next, oops, I'm so sorry.
Read it one more time, the question.
Surely. The proposed Lambert Station is to be the final stop for the Metro.
Not that one, but the affordable housing question, please.
And I was doing so well.
It's getting late.
What are your plans to increase affordable housing in the city?
Thank you. Okay, so our RENA numbers through 2029 are 3439, 3,439. And of those RENA numbers, the affordable units are incorporated within those RENA numbers, and affordable housing can be between 4 and 5 different income levels. The city has approved pre-drawn plans and construction documents for ADUs, and I'm not sure if we're going to put ADUs in that category of affordable housing, but they are. Our new Alpha Beta project, the city approval is 350 units, with about 1/3 being affordable for both rental and first-time home buyer. Also, we've hired an economic development employee who will act as a business ombudsman, and that individual will also work in this arena as well.
Thank you. We've had some good questions tonight, some good candidates, and I think we're ready to go to closing remarks. We're going to go in opposite order of when we started out earlier, so candidate Monica Sena, will you start us off, please? 1 minute for closing remarks.
It basically comes down to, if you're happy with the way things are and you approve of the city's plans for the future, then you definitely want to support my opponent. If not, you want to vote for me. To summarize, my big issues are enhanced communication. It needs to be bidirectional and of much greater frequency. There needs to be improved safety so businesses can flourish. Ensure that revitalization plans for Uptown and the Whitwood are the best available. I pledge not to accept any campaign donations from any companies that do business with the city now or in the future. I'm an advocate for election date change, and I'm in favor of term limits. And you've entrusted me with your most precious resource, your children, for over 30 years. I will put the same energy and caring into taking care of our city. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Monica Sena and candidate Kathy Warner.
Thank you. I want to share with you my passion for this community. My family came here in 1920, and my husband and I are now in the process of co-parenting our 8-year-old grandchild. He is generation number 6 of the Dunn-Warner family, and I am so passionate about that fact that we have been privileged to live in this community for that, I'm not that old, but that length of time. I have 2 businesses here along with my husband, and they're small businesses, and we love working here, we love living here, and I have gone to school and lived in both districts 1 and 3, and my parents lived in District 2, and my siblings lived in District 4, so I feel like I have a good idea of what goes on in this entire community. I know this community well, I love this community, I love serving this community, and I would love to continue serving you. Thank you.
Thank you. We've now heard from the candidates for District 3 in the city of Whittier. Kathy Warner and Monica Sena, thank you very much for your patience with us and with each other, and thank you for your willingness to serve the citizens of Whittier. What we have are all residents of Whittier. I hope that everyone will remember to vote for the Whittier City Council election. That's the mayor's race, District 1 race, District 3 race, whatever district you're in, whatever's appropriate for you, but everybody gets to vote for the mayor. Please remember to vote. April 9th is the final day for voting, and I hope to see all of you at the polls. Excuse me. Thank you very much for your patience and for being great voters. Thank you.
And I wanted to just say thank you really quick for all of you for coming out on this rainy night. Thank you to all of our candidates who showed up tonight. And a very special thank you to Julia Emerson for emceeing, and for R.D. McDonald, our board member, who helped read the rules. And to my staff, to Rick Navarro, McKenna Carrasco, and Allison Teets, thanks for helping put this together. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.